Hey guys, I'm in the middle of painting one of my 60 series and uncovered some rust at the bottom of this door, and I definitely don't want to leave it, so I'm going to cut it out, do my best to fix it. Hopefully I can get it all done in one day. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind the spot welds down here, and then I'm going to grind down the lip to separate this skin, and then I've marked it on the back side so I know exactly how far it should be out. And then I'm going to cut the intersection out. As you can see, it's not looking great, but the rod is only just to about the bottom there. So okay, so basically I ran the grinder along here, and then I used a little belt sander to grind these off. As you can see, there's only two spot welds holding this in place, one at each end, and I marked them with a Sharpie so I can do the same when I put the new one back on. You can see inside here, pretty rusty up to the lip, so I'll cut that out. I'll get this top piece off here, and then I'll cut this lower section out, and then cut a new strip and start getting it prepped to weld in. Now that I've got the outer skin separated, I'm going to simply cut this with the Dremel tool, as it's the easiest thing to get in there. I'll cut this out, and I'll go up around this corner here to where there's no rust. I'll go all the way up to here, basically, where there's no rust. Cut that section out. I'll make a new piece and weld it in. And yeah, we'll see what it looks like. I don't know. I may sandblast this after, but we'll see. I might be able to just clean this up a little bit, but I don't know if I'll come up this high. I might. Anyways, let's get to it. So fast forward a few hours. I've got this inner structure welded in. I just put an epoxy primer all over the inside, and I've got my skin done here, edge folded over. I'm going to try and fit this in place and get it tacked. That's yeah, so that's where we're at right now. So we're making some progress here. It's a slow process, but you can see where I finished this. Just kind of working my way along here. Got this idea from Fitzy, his YouTube channel, Fitzy Fabrications. Piece of angle iron, weld on either side, and that helps to keep things lined up nicely. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're just tacking, essentially a couple tacks here, cut this off, move it, then I'll move it over here, get things lined up, and just keep going. Grind down the welds. It's probably going to take me another 2 to 3 hours would be my guess to finish this. Very time consuming. So I got the skin all installed here. Pretty happy with it overall. It's probably going to need a skim of filler, but not terrible. I did kind of mess up here where instead of continuing on with this piece all the way through, I needed a rounded edge here. So what I ended up doing was cutting out this section, and I made a piece and I tried to put a bend in it. and it doesn't match up very well here, which is annoying. But what I should have done was basically just continued this all the way to the edge and made a separate piece for this part. And I could have made a separate piece for the edge, which is what I ended up doing for part of it anyways. I had a little piece of metal here. Oh yeah, so I was contemplating redoing this. So I kind of bent up a piece here. You can see how it fits the profile nicely. And then got the camera in the wrong hand. Now you can see if I slide it over like this, there's that gap there, which means more filler, which I don't like. So I may end up cutting this section out and welding this piece in. Haven't decided on that yet. I'll just show you the other side now. So here we are on the other side. Now what I did here was I basically just welded a piece of flat steel on, and then I just welded the edge and rounded it over. You can hardly tell. This intersection here was all rebuilt, and here's the other side where the area is that I might want to redo. But yeah, it was a lot of work, probably 20 something hours into this thing, just to fix the door bottom, but it's got to be done. The pieces were quite rusty. I'll show you the ones I took out, or I won't show you all of them, but this is basically the skin. You can see it's folded in half, so you can see the outside, what it looked like, and then there's the inside. That's the lower inch. And then this was the inner structure here, which I probably showed you guys already, but that's kind of what's left of the inner structure. So it's not perfect, the metal work at this point, but pretty good for an amateur. This is only my second skin. The first one was the tailgate. The other thing I did, just to make sure I had my corners perfect, was I traced these out of the original before I took it apart. And as you can see, I am basically, I don't know if you can see the lines there, but I'm bang on. And I did the same thing for the front. It's kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I'll try. Get this underneath here. Now if I fold this up, and like I said, with one hand it's kind of awkward, but it's pretty darn close there. So alignment should be good, and I did take the door back to the truck just to double check things. As far as straightness goes, if you can see this straight edge here, things are pretty straight. So that's all there is to it. I know I didn't show you guys exactly how I was doing it, but it's really hard to film and be efficient. So there are other channels that are better than this one for learning. Fitzy Fabrication, Carter Auto Restyling, and Make It Custom are three of my favorites. And yeah, I learned how to do this from Fitzy on Fitzy's Fabrication. So if you need a step-by-step tutorial, I'd highly recommend taking a look at his channel. In this photo, I'm test fitting both of the doors after the rust repair has been done, and everything lines up really well. In this photo, there's a layer of fiberglass body filler applied to the door. The majority of it will get removed, but we're just trying to make sure we've got any voids filled, and this is going to help give us our shape. And then you will see on the next photo, there is regular body filler applied to the door. And as you can see in this photo, regular body filler has been applied over top of the fiberglass filler. So in this photo, there's a high build epoxy primer that's been applied to the entire door. And the black you see is a guide coat, which helps to establish the lines and show any low spots or imperfections that might need to be dealt with. That's it for this video. I decided to add the filler work photos at the end because I thought it might be nice for you guys to see the process and what it takes to completely finish a door. So if you like this video, please like it, and I look forward to catching you in the next video. Thanks for watching.